Well, hi everybody, my name is Ashlie, Ashlie, and please don't forget to subscribe to me. Right now I'm doing part of my declutter series. This is just a bunch of makeup that either did not work for me, I did not like, or is just plain out expired. So without further ado, get comfortable, grab a snack, and let's get right into the video. Start with Physicians Formula. This is their butter highlighter. It is in Pearl. It is a Muru butter highlighter. It is a nice white shine. I just don't personally like the white. I'm sure they have other ones. I love the smell of their products. I love the blush. I love their bronzers. It is great quality. I just don't like the shade of this. So I'm going to declutter from my stash. Then from Marc Jacobs, I have this face primer. It's in the shade Invisible. It is their face primer. I've had this for a long time. I tried making it work a few times. I don't find anything too spectacular about this product. So I am going to let this go, especially for the price. I think it should be working some type of magic on my face, you know what I'm saying? So, goodbye. This L'Oreal Paris True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup Foundation. This is in the shade Cool. I tried Warm, Cool. I tried a few of these and I just couldn't get the right color. So I'm not here to say that it's a bad product. It just wasn't the right shade for me. So one day I will find a match for my skin tone and this just isn't it. So I'm going to declutter from my collection. From Cover FX, I have their High Performance Setting Spray 24-hour wear. This was a little guy I got for free. Thank God. There's nothing I really like about it. And the spritzer is horrible. It feels like it's just literally spitting globs of it onto your face. So I don't know if the big ones are any different, but I was not a fan of this little guy, so I'm going to let her go. From Beauty Bakery, I have their Milk and Honey Highlighter Palette. Pretty sure I got this from BoxyCharm. Out of all of these, I probably would only use maybe the bottom two, but I just find them to be like, They kind of blend out into absolutely nothing. There's nothing spectacular. I'm not too fond of the quality of this palette, so I am going to declutter. And I got this from Ofra. They are stunning. It does have a mirror, but I have so many highlights that I love so much more, and the quality is okay. I'm going to declutter and give this to a friend so it'll have better use and won't go bad and expired sitting by all my other makeup. Next, from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I have two of their highlighters. This one's in Siberian Gold, and this one is the Ice Cold. The quality of their products are to die for. This one is a little too dark for my skin tone. I'm going to declutter, and this one is nice, but I've had it for a hot minute, and I never reach for it, so what's the point in taking up space? I've been trying to do a lot of organization. I'm going to let these go. This little guy is from Marc Jacobs. It is their Dewdrops. It's okay. I have never personally been a fan of anything like a cream highlighter. It's just something I literally never reach for. So that's the only reason I'm getting rid of it. Just legit taking up too much room for no reason. So goodbye. Okay, and then from Fourth Array, I have the Do It Hydrating Hyaluronic Mist. This product's okay. I tried using it a few times, and it's just nothing that I ever reach for. It's been sitting on my counter for a hot minute. It's probably expired, so I'm gonna get rid of it. From AIA Beauty, I have their On Fleek Liquid Eyeliner. This is okay. I just have really watery eyes, and it just bleeds when my eyes water. It's not waterproof, and I just typically tend to reach for a waterproof liquid liner. So I need wings in my life, and this just did not cut it for me. Basically the same thing with this item as well, the CoverGirl liquid liner. If you don't shake this liner really well, it's actually pure oil, but it's not waterproof. So it doesn't really last on my eyes for all day, so I am going to declutter. And this next liquid liner is from Rare Beauty. This is kind of the same thing. It's not waterproof. The tip on this is amazing. The product itself is really good, but it just doesn't work for me, so I am going to declutter. Next from e.l.f., I have their Shape and Stay Brow Pencil. It is a clear gel. I tend to reach more for the colored gels. This is just kind of an extra step of having to paint this on and use a spoolie to comb your brows up. I think I used this a couple times. I enjoyed it. And then after that, I kind of was like, I can use other stuff. So this kind of sat in the background and I need to just finally let it go. I, for the life of me, cannot get these to work. I've tried so many different liquid eyeshadows and I'm like, it just looks like a hot mess. I'm not doing something right here, but I never reach for them. I just honestly, I love eyeshadow palettes that are powder. So I am going to let all my cream shadows go. The Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, it is nice, but it's just that. It's like average. I have other ones that are just amazing. So I'm going to let her go. I got this Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This was in the shade Halo Walkers. It was in one of their collections and it is a gorgeous highlighter. The quality of this is absolutely phenomenal. I just don't like the blue to it. It's just not something I ever reach for. I like more of a natural look, and this just the color in it just throws me off. I have tried it a couple times and it's just not me. I just want to throw this in here a little bit random. I just bought this. It's the Wet n Wild Always Blushin'. A lot of people I see on YouTube do tend to use and talk about this a lot and say how incredible it is. And for me, I think it's maybe average, probably under average. I want to give this a few more tries, but it's extremely chalky, powdery, and the product just goes all over the floor, my face. I just want this to work so bad because I'm obsessed with the color story. So I'm gonna hold on to this. It was about $15 and I'm dying for this to work. So I'm gonna hold on to this, but so far I'm just not liking it. This is the Audiography Pro Makeup Brush Cleanser. I feel like I have to spritz this so many times for it to even clean my brushes. I use almost this whole thing on just a couple times doing my brushes. I like more of the shampoos or more of like the soaps or more of like the hand soap, or, you know, like a Dove or Dawn. This is just like a lot of money for nothing. I have to use half a bottle just to clean my brushes once. It's just not worth it to me. I think it's From the dollar store, the Dollar Tree to be exact, I got this Hard Candy Longwear Sheer Envy Setting Spray. I was hoping this would work because some stuff you get from the dollar store does really work. It's supposed to give 12-hour wear hydration, but it just legit spits globs of it on your face. The spritzer is no good in my opinion, so I haven't used this anymore. Then I got this Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. I always loved it because I love this cute little sponge on this side. You know, I'm trying to make this video. My husband keeps yelling in the background on his video game, so please try to bear with me. This is what I deal with all the time. But like I was saying, this little sponge was so comfy and it fit right under my eye so perfectly. But this is just so glowy. It just makes my under eyes pop so much more and show all of my wrinkles, fine lines. It's just not doing me much justice. I did probably use almost half of this bottle. It was one of my favorite concealers for the longest time, but I am finally going to let this go. There are others that have more full coverage that I tend to grab for on an everyday base. It's one of the KVD liquid highlighters. This, when I tried it a couple times, it just took all of my foundation off under it, and I didn't set it with powder or anything. I'm not really sure why I couldn't get these to work. It swatched beautifully on my hand, but when I go to put this on my face, I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. Just didn't work for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you, but for the price of this, I'm definitely not going to buy this again. Then from Vike, I got this gentle oil-free makeup remover spray with Skincare Active Clean and Nourish. It's supposed to melt the makeup right off of your face. It says dry feeling, lash tugging, harsh rubbing, and leftover makeup. Say goodbye. and say hello to clean, refreshed, brightened, makeup-free skin. You're supposed to spray this all over your face, rub it in, and your makeup will literally melt off your face. And let me tell you, it does. It melts right off your face. But as I'm spraying this, I practically choke myself out. It just smells like straight up chemical, and I cannot bear to do this one more time. I spray it all over my face. I'm like, can't breathe. So, goodbye. Then in a kit, I got all of these Fourth Ray facial sprays. And they're okay, but I kind of just let them sit on my countertop for so long. Everything kind of separated. And it's just time to let them go. In my opinion, have better facial oils and sprays from e.l.f. that are hella good. I have a couple of these e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dewy Primers. My opinion, they're way too sticky, and foundation tends to grip to all the areas I might have applied a little bit too much of these. Even if you try to blend it out, you gotta rush to put this all over your face, or it just dries out extremely fast. I do love the smell of it. It kind of smells like strawberry. But other than that, I just don't like it. It's just way, way too tacky for me. And it could be because my face is hella dry. It's very possible. This next product is the e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer. It is very illuminating, but I don't like it as a face primer at all. I tried using it many, many times, and it just did not work for me, so I'm going to let her go. Then I got this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Basically, the OG of the tacky face. My face is just way too dry for this. It sticks on all my dry patches. Hella expensive. Good product for more oily faces. I'm going to let her go. NYX Hourglass Face Primer. This is a gorgeous product. It looks so nice on the skin, but it doesn't extend my makeup wear at all. I would say it's an average face primer you can get from the drugstore, but I have other ones. I did use most of this product, and then the rest is probably dried out now. I can't get much out, but I probably would not buy this again. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mascara. It just globs, and it's just very clumpy on my lashes. I was not a fan, so I am going to declutter. I need more separation in my life. Then I have this St. Luxe Brow Gel. I don't like clear gels, and that's what this is. I have one brow. There's not as much hair as the other one, so I definitely need more pigment on it. So I don't tend to reach for the clear ones as much. I'm going to let her go. Tarte C. This is the Hydro Sealer. This is way, way too light for me. It lightens up my under eyes way too much. It makes me look horrible. I am going to declutter. Milani Highlighters. It comes with 3 highlighters. They're gorgeous. They're just not pigmented. Not much color payoff. Wasn't the biggest fan. I do love all of Milani's face products, eyeshadows, basically all of their makeup. But for some reason, this just didn't work for me. I have a Duo Lash Adhesive. It just dried up pretty fast, probably within a year, so I'm going to declutter. I have a Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon. I do love the Precise Micro Crayon type heads. It's just very easy to make the fake lines of the brows. But this one seemed to dry up really fast, so I'm going to let this go. The e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It was not as creamy as I would like. It's a little bit more on the dry side. In my opinion, I'm going to declutter. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Liner in black. I had to put like 100 layers on to get much pigment of this. I have other liners like the Milani. I love their black liners. I was not the biggest fan of this one, so I am going to declutter. I have more of this nude gel cream liner. It's from ColourPop. I didn't find anything spectacular with this. There wasn't much color payoff. I had to push down pretty hard for any of it to work because it was kind of dry. I'm going to declutter. The NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop is a pretty good concealer. This one was just a little bit too dark for my under eyes, so I'm going to declutter. I have a highlighter from Artist Couture. It is their Summer Haze Diamond Glow Powder. I just don't really like the loose powders. I tend to make a mess and get it everywhere. I'm kind of a klutz, so I'm going to give it to a friend. One of my boxy charms, I got the Blank Ultra Longwear Effortless Glow Getter Face Palette. It has a mirror, it has blush, bronze, highlights. I tried using this, gosh, probably at least 5 times. It's just a pigment. It's nothing, it's not good at all. I can't even sugarcoat it. It sucks. So I am going to declutter. Esme Cosmetics, this is her Aurora palette. It has a nice mirror. I went into a few of these shades. I'm obsessed with quite a few of them. I don't tend to reach for glitter as much as I used to. If you have a really good eyelid primer that's very adhesive for glitter purposes in particular, maybe you can get it to work, but these just tend to fall in my eyes, so I am going to declutter. Complex Culture Concealer. I really didn't like this. I didn't think it was anything amazing. I am going to declutter. This is the Grande Glow Plumping Liquid Highlighter. I don't really like the liquid highlighters as much as I like the powders. I'm going to declutter. I have this little cute ColourPop Ritz Super Shock Shadow. I love this for the longest time, but now it has hard pan and I can't seem to get it off. It's pretty dried out, so I am unfortunately going to let this go. But the Super Shock Shadows are bomb.com. If you've never tried one, you really do need to. From the Dollar Store, from Hard Candy, I have their Sheer Envy Sensitive Skin Primer. This claims it's dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic, oil-free, silicone-free. It's for sensitive skin. And it didn't bother my skin, but I just don't feel like it was really extending my makeup wear, so I am going to declutter. This is probably one of my saddest declutter items. It is from Thrive. This is their Liquid Lash Booster Mascara. I have literally wanted for years. When I pull the spoolie out, it has basically no product. I could sit here and put about 50 layers on, no joke. And it's just like no mascara coming off of the wand. And every time I keep trying to take it out, this top pops off. So I've been using this plastic piece alone. So that was kind of a bummer. I mean, you're paying a shit ton of money for a mascara that barely can be even glued together. I was just very, very upset and disappointed because I wanted nothing but this mascara to work, and unfortunately it just doesn't work for me, so I have to declutter it. It's from Eloise. This is a highlighter. It is Get Gleaming. It's more of like a body highlighter. I never really tend to use products like this, so for that reason alone, I'm going to get rid of it. This is from ColourPop. As I drop it, excuse me. It is the ColourPop Moonbeam Cream Shadow. It's okay. It takes forever to warm up the product, and then it looks like a poop brown. See the shade here? I think it's just a little bit too on the warm side for me. I did try to use it a few times, and I'm like, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna give it to somebody that maybe will like this a little bit better than me. From Georgette Klinger, I believe I got this from a BoxyCharm. It's a Marula Primer. It says for all skin types. This was just okay. I kind of feel like I was just putting a little bit of lotion on my face. Wasn't the biggest fan of the scent. I'm just going to declutter. I have the Infallible Glow Lock. This is their Illuminating Primer. It's supposed to be long wearing. I don't know if I've just had this for too long, but the oil and the product itself has kind of just separated, and it doesn't look good when I squeeze it out of the tube, so I am going to declutter. I have, this says, Feeling Vibrations in Your Incredible Crystal Roller Ball. I think this is an adorable concept. It has little flowers inside. I just can't get really any of the lip gloss out, and it kind of feels a little cheap on my lips. I can't really explain it, but I don't like the texture. It's kind of like a texture issue with me, so I'm going to declutter. I really wanted to like this product, and especially because it's hella expensive. It's the Hourglass Veil Primer. I'm also upset, even though this is just a little bottle, that the applicator is plastic. I would expect them to at least have a nice applicator that has a little fuzz or something. It's a little harsh on the skin, and it's just okay. It kind of wipes right down into nothing into your skin. I don't see any minimizing of pores or any magic happening on my face, so I am going to declutter. I have the Kylie Jenner Concealer. Mine's in the shade Stone, and it's just like 2 or 3 shades too dark for me. I do like this concealer. I have other ones in my collection right now that I wear and I love, but this one's just not my shade. From Urban Decay, this is their Beach Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. I think I've been holding on to this for just too long because it's very patchy and dry, so I'm going to let this go, but I do recall loving this when I first got it. It's just not working for me anymore. It's just hella dry. Then I got this Jason Wu The Bush Brow Shaper Soap. Funny, when I first got this, I've never heard of brow soap before. I'm like, what is this for? To take my brow products off? No. This is kind of just like a clear gel in a sense. You put your spoolie into here, which is pretty dirty because I like to put the color on my brows first, then going with the stuff that holds them up. Just don't like the concept of this, so I am going to declutter. Marc Jacobs mascara. I expected to love a little bit more, but it's very clumpy and smells horrible. I can't even explain the scent. Maybe it's some kind of roses or flowery. I just don't like the scent, and I don't like the way it looks on my lashes. I'm going to declutter this. This is a Bobbi Brown face base. I don't like the consistency of this at all. I don't think it worked on my face, and it didn't make my foundation look any better, so I'm going to declutter. Then from MAC, I have their Magic Extension Mascara. This is supposed to have fibers in the mascara. I don't like the way it tends to flake on my face during the day, and it's really clumpy. I mean, beyond. So I am going to declutter. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo. The color itself is gorgeous. It turned to hard pan, and I cannot seem to warm it up, so I'm saying goodbye. The e.l.f. Brow. This one's too thick for me. This one is their Instant Lift Brow Pencil. The head of this one, I like more of the micro brow tips. This one's a little thick, thick. So I just don't like this too much, so I am going to declutter. Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It's brightening complex for all skin types. I've had this for a very long time, so it is expired. I don't recall loving this though, so I don't think I'm going to buy another one. It's a one-hit item, Prime Set and Refresh Dewy Finish Face Mist. I don't really like this spray. I have so many other sprays that are amazing, and I've never really heard of them before. Maybe it's just me, but I'm going to declutter because I never ever use it. I'm a little upset that the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer is way too dark for me. This is like 4 or 5 shades too dark for me. Formula of this is freaking bomb, but the shade for me is so bad. So I do have to declutter. I have the Tarte Creaseless concealer. I just don't like the formula of this one. It's not my favorite, so I am going to let her go. So all these products I showed you today, I am going to let go. Some of it expired, some of it I am going to give to friends at work. So it's not all going to be garbage. Don't worry. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you stay tuned. I have more exciting makeup related videos in the near future. I love you all. I'll see you all very soon.